And since you're all here and engaged in this sort of inquiry and listening to this sort of lecture, I assume that you're all on the process of waking up. Or else you're teasing yourselves with some kind of flirtation with waking up.
I am your father. I'm Batman.
I'm Spartacus!
Bond. James Bond.
Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Goonies never say die! You're killing me, Smalls!
I see dead people.
That the power of Christ compels you!
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to an all-new interview for the Cinephellas Podcast. That's right, Cinephellas, the only place where this fat boy wants a kiss from Pennywise. For the Cinephellas, I'm Nile Fortner, and it's that time of the year where we at Cinephellas get our ghoul on with our 31 Days of Horror for the Halloween season. The HCIC, the head cinephella in charge, Mr. Logan Myers, has already taken charge by doing video movie reviews for The Black Coat's Daughter, The Barn, Joker, and the 2019 animated Addams Family movie, and a whole lot more. So make sure you check those out at Cinephellas.com and the Cinephellas on YouTube. But for right now, we're talking with baseball lover and actress Ellen Adair. You may know her from such television shows as Homeland and The Sinner, but she is now playing the role of Sheriff Lisa Jane in Trick. But before we dive deeper into Trick, let's have a little listen at some of the trailer.
How's he still alive?
He isn't.
Trick comes back every Halloween. I've never been a believer. But this is pure evil.
Trick follows the story of a detective on a case to track down a killer named Trick, who reappears every Halloween to wreak bloody havoc. It has a 90s vibe to it, such as the movie Scream. The horror slasher movie also stars Omar Epps, Jamie Kennedy, and Tom Atkins. So if that sounds interesting to you, then let's get into it.
Mama
The medulla oblongata.
Oh my God!
Hey, Nile.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm really good. I'm glad I actually got to speak with you because my family and I, we know you as Janet from Homeland.
Oh, oh, Janet. Oh, she's the worst.
So as someone who has worked on television sets, how does working on a movie set like Trick differ from working on a set made for TV? And which one do you prefer?
Oh, well, you know, they're both wonderful. And I don't know that they're that different. I feel like oftentimes in film, you have a little bit more time. You're not quite like trying to get as many pages shot per day, so that's nice. But one of the things I really like about television is the fact that, you know, because of course, in both television and film, you're shooting everything out of order. So you might be shooting the end of the movie on the second day of filming or something like that. So with TV, even though you're shooting each episode out of order, you're still shooting the season in order. So I feel like that sort of gives the actors more of a chance to kind of create relationships with the other characters and build their own character over time. So I like both of those things.
All right, that makes sense. So what made you want to take on the role of Sheriff Lisa Jane in Trick?
Because she's awesome. She's so cool. Yeah. I really, really had such a fun time working on Trick. And sorry, my dog has a lot to say about things. And a lot of fun with Lisa Jane as well. She's just a badass, and she's, I found myself thinking that she's, very, very tough and smart and serious, but also I think really cares about her town and really cares about the people in it and cares about the other people in her life. So she has this sort of fun blend of masculine and feminine energies to her.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And just shooting, because it's sort of like people have been asking me, what kind of horror film is it? And I say, well, it's kind of like an action horror film. And so a lot of what I'm doing in the film is just almost more like being in an action movie. And that was so fun for me because normally I play like sort of suit type people like Janet. I love Janet, nothing against her. But it's really fun to, like go down a hallway, checking the doors for bad guys. It just feels like being a kid and playing again. You know what I mean? It was really fun.
Yeah, I like what you say, how it's like an action movie, because it does have like an old school 1990s vibe to it. So is that like what they were going for? And do you think that vibe really kind of benefits the story?
Totally. Yes, on both counts. So they were definitely going for a retro feel for the film, even though it takes place in the present day. And I think even in terms of the sort of like cinema language and camera moves, I think they were going for something maybe even earlier, like 1980s, maybe 1970s. And because I, in real life, am a like Hermione Granger personality type and love to do research, I had asked the wonderful and brilliant director, Patrick Lethier, beforehand, like, what films would you want me to watch to kind of like get in the mood for this? And he actually recommended, a number of older films, which was really fun.
All right, what kind of older films? Like Scream or something?
Well, they were not all older, but I remember I watched Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and I watched Manhunter, neither of which I had seen before, like I'm ashamed to say. And he also recommended that I watch Zodiac, which I had seen before and watched again, and it's just such a good movie.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. And there were a couple of other things that I watched as well that are just not coming to mind right now. But it's always fun to do that kind of homework,
Oh, yeah. And I actually read that you're a big fan of baseball. So on the count of three, I want us both to name our favorite baseball team. Are you ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Miami Marlins.
Phillies!
The Phillies?
Oh.
Really?
Yes,
Why do you
Phillies.
like them?
Yes. Because I'm from Philadelphia,
Okay.
and I'm loyal. And so, I live in New York now, but the Phillies, as I often say, are my life partner. And so nothing is going to ever get between me and my love for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Okay, I'm the same way with the Miami Marlins. So, are there
I really respect that. Yes.
So, are there like any techniques you would want to use from baseball to stop the slasher, like the one we see in Trick?
Sorry, just ask that one more time.
Are there any techniques from baseball you would want to use to stop the slasher from Trick?
Well, he's pretty tough. So I feel like, I don't want to give anything away, but I feel like I'd really be bringing the wrong weapon to the fight if I was like, yeah, I'm going to attack him with a baseball bat, because it takes a lot more than that to take him down, as viewers will learn.
Oh, yeah. And are you I saw that you and your husband run the theater company in New York.
That's right. Yeah, that is, we have sort of created the name of a theater company. In reality, we have produced a couple of plays ourselves, which I guess counts as a theater company, but it's not fair to say that we have a season every year or that we have a theater space or something like that. And it's something that we, neither of us have done in just a little while because it takes every single second of your day for about half of a year to put up a show. And my husband and I have been both very focused on writing projects and not kind of wanting to put those aside in order to do that in the recent past. But we have a few plays that we would love to do that are maybe still in the pipeline.
Oh, yeah, that sounds awesome. And what was
it's really great to create your own thing. Just to say one more word about this, it's just, like, as actors, we're always dependent on somebody else to say, like, hey, like, you get to be Janet, you get to be Sheriff Jane. And it's really great to create something with your friends and sort of say, where there was once nothing, there is now a thing, and we made it and we put it into the world. It's an artist to do something like that.
Absolutely. I understand where you're coming from. I can relate.
Yeah.
And
So, sorry, please proceed.
Oh, no problem. I was just wondering, what was the atmosphere like working with Omar Epps and Jamie Kennedy or even Tom Atkins on the same set?
Oh, it was a dream. It was really great to, have all of those real pros, not only, as actors, but also at the genre, because this was my first foray into horror film, which I'm very easily scared. So I've always said, like, I should really do horror movies because I would be very easily and genuinely scared. Of course, the joke is on me because I think I probably played the character who was least scared in the whole film. But it was a real treat to work with all of them. Omar is so real. He's as an actor, that it's just really easy to slip into the other reality with him. He's a wonderful scene partner. And I had also scenes, I had fewer scenes, but I had also scenes with Tom and with Jamie, and they're both delightful human beings in addition to being great actors.
Definitely. And I read on your Twitter page that you couldn't make it to the LA premiere of Trick because you're doing like another movie.
I'm not doing another movie. I was shooting a TV show.
A TV show, okay.
Yes.
Can you let me know anything about it?
I would think that I probably can. They probably wouldn't be upset with me. I'm just going to be in season 4 of Bull, of the CBS show Bull.
Okay, I'll look out for that.
Yeah, it's a really fun show and an incredibly talented and wonderful group of people. So I recommend it. I do love the lawyer shows. I just love them. So I'm a fan of the show myself.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time and congratulations on everything.
Oh, thanks. That's so kind of you. Absolutely. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, would you like to
this was really fun.
Oh, yeah, this was fun. Would you like to let our listeners know when they can see Trick and where?
They can see Trick on October 18th. It will be out in theaters. I believe there will also be, it will be on demand at the same time. I don't exactly know what the on-demand outlets will be, but I assume that it will be available for purchase online as well as in the theaters at the same time. So even if it's not showing at a theater near you, you can still watch it.
Okay. And are you on social media? Would you like to let our listeners know?
Absolutely. Yeah, my Twitter handle is at Ellen_Adair. That is Adair. And my Instagram name is Ellen Adair, spelled the same way, with a G on the letter, with a G on the end. So Ellen Adair G.
All right. Thank you so much for your time again. Hey, when you come to Miami, I'll treat you
Thanks,
to a
Niall.
Marlins game. I'll treat you to a Marlins
I
game.
have been to a Marlins game, but I would love to go to a Marlins game with you. So I will absolutely take you up on that.
All right. Well, thanks again for your time.
Awesome. Thanks so much. You too. Thanks, Nile.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, look at you, you little Halloween Havoc-loving maniac. You made it all the way through this podcast interview, which means you love us the same way we love you. And we'd also love if you would check out Cinephellas.com and the Cinephellas on YouTube, because over there, you'll find podcast episodes like this one, movie reviews, videos, news, and a whole lot more. I even think I have another Gal Gadot video in me. You may also check out Cinephellas being active on social media platforms such as Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Well, like a game of baseball, it's time for me to strike out and head on out of here. Until next time, for the Cinephellas Podcast, I'm Nile Fortner, and remember kids, never get on a school bus with Mr. Krieg. Have a good day and a good night, everybody.
Why so serious?
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Well, nobody's perfect.
Go ahead. Make my day.
E.T. phone home.
There's no place like home.
Hasta la vista, baby.